Hello, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Shades of Edinburgh. And, tonight we are having a very merry get a Fenrir social, meeting each other. Yay. And we will wind up finding the group at a place. Well, Air is going to be approaching Mama's American Pizza here in Edinburgh because pizza sounds delightful. She's gonna go find herself a table and just chill, get some pizza. Wait.
Christine will walk in, kind of glance around, uh, notice Air, and go flop in a seat across from her with her phone in her hands already, typing.
Didn't even sit down and it's out, huh?
I came here.
You what?
Already.
So,
She just,
how's it going? It's been a while.
it's fine. How are you?
Yeah, well, I'm alive and kicking, so that's good.
So I had some questions.
What kind of questions?
Well, first off, OC, is this neutral ground?
This scene is just a random pizza joint.
Okay. I heard rumors about the one-eyed one. Did you,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah?
Isn't he like our, you know, enemy?
No.
No. That's what I
I
heard.
uh well, that will be an interest. I can definitely answer that question, but she kind of like looks around. She's like, well, long of the short of it is, there is the All Father, and then there's Odin. Now, by the stories, they're often referred to as the same individual, but with in our type of circles, they're actually two different people.
Which one is the issue?
The All Father is the issue. Well,
Hmm.
I shouldn't say he's an issue. He's taken care of, but he was the problem, if that makes sense.
She takes her phone and types in it for a second, and then I'll put it on the side.
You're gonna run outside?
Private chat, so you can see.
Oh, okay. If you want to pop in, go for it, Spencer.
I'll now enter in, just kind of sniffing around, looking for food.
Oh, you smell all the glorious pizza smells.
Who boy. Is there any in front of, I don't know who she is, but the person that looks like you?
There's definitely like some plates on the table. We'll say she's got
Well,
pizza coming.
I'll, I'll definitely wait till there's pizza in front of you.
Well, I mean, if
Start
you're
eyeing
out
around.
sniffing around here for food, you'll definitely sniff some pure breed like yours and just as high.
I'll definitely approach a fellow purebreed, and I'll just is Is there something good around here?
Air just kind of looks up.
Glance to him and then go back to typing their phone.
She kind of gives a. It's not an obvious sniff, but she's definitely sniffing, and she just kind of smirks and. You care to join us, brother?
I start shaking my head eagerly. Start looking for a chair.
Oh, Air will scoot over on the bench.
Okay.
Okay.
Kirsten
I'll
would
take
sprawl
seats
out
then.
when he mentioned a chair.
Did she just say she'd sprawl out?
She sprawled out once he looked like he was trying to find a place to sit.
Don't
Pout a
mind
little bit.
her. She's highly friendly.
Doesn't seem like it.
She extends her hand and she says, Air Sigurdsson.
Hi.
Proper introductions can be made
I clasp her
later.
hand. Send in the vein.
Ah, nice to meet you. Does he have any kind of accent?
He'd be a local wolf from Scotland. Not really sure if his father has an accent.
So if you're from Scotland, you probably have a Scottish accent. A local, huh?
A wee bit.
Ah, well, I've come in from Amsterdam. This is definitely a change.
What's Amsterdam?
She raises an eyebrow.
You notice that he is a little uncomfortable in his skin.
She kind of gives Amsterdam is a very large European city elsewhere, not in Scotland.
Nodding along like he understands.
You look a little uncomfortable.
A little.
Oh. She kind of and then she like kind of leans forward and she says, "Wolfborn." Like leans towards him so it's quieter.
Just shakes head, yes.
Ah. You know anything about what is it they're talking about, like closing down some streets and stuff for a wolf out in some park?
Not me.
Oh no, I was just generally curious.
Haven't heard a thing.
Hmm.
May know a couple people there, but not very sure.
Not very sure. That's legit. So, you know anything about anything going on here, given I mean, I'm new to the city. I'm just trying to figure stuff out. What's what, you know. I got told a couple of places to avoid, but or rather one place to avoid.
Just shakes his head no. Newborn.
Oh, you are very new, huh? Okay. Got it. Well, she looks at Kirsten too, and she's like, "So what have you been doing?"
Just
shrugs.
That's
just
helpful.
wandering around.
Okay, well that's fair given what you've shared with us. I actually have done some chatting with some of the locals.
Like whom?
Lord Breckenridge.
Is that supposed to do anything?
Well, I mean, I have something for us to do.
Okay.
Should I excuse myself?
No, no. You're new. Yes. Well,
Just shakes his head yes.
we are forming a group
Hmm.
in and it's a job, sort of, but you're one of us and new. You care to join in on our ranks?
He
Join
shakes his head yes eagerly.
She smiles. She likes that already. Excellent.
My father told me to find friends.
Oh, well, friends are good, but these situations are a little better. She smiles. It's more like family at that point. I mean, sort of. You get the idea.
Over to Christine. Who's she?
Christian Brune.
He just says hello.
She's got her technology sewn to her ass.
It's in my hands currently.
I just look at the thing in your hands that you're just. I assume you continue looking back at, and I just try and
Yep.
grab it from your hands. Not like aggressively, but just gingerly.
It happens because she wasn't expecting it. She just kind of glowers.
Air actually like sits there and grins.
And I was sniffing it.
She just looks at him and glowers and just waits.
Air's kind of like, well, I'm glad we're in a booth. Looking around.
What is this?
It's my mobile.
I put it on the table and I say it isn't moving.
Let me see it.
I just push it carefully towards you.
She takes it and goes back to what she was doing.
Okay, look, lo and behold, there's pizza on the table.
She takes a slice.
It's a big old pepperoni pizza.
Pick it up
What?
and eat crust first.
See, he knows what's going on. Save the best for last.
The slice of pizza, folds it, and then keeps eating while looking at her phone.
Well, is there anything exciting going on there?
On my phone.
Yeah, in Phoneland.
No.
No? Okay. Well, we're going to do this thing. I will sort out something with Odin so we can all get with him, make this official. And then once we do that, I have information on the area in which we are hoping to secure.
Where's that?
It is a place called Arthur's Seat. It is where we presumably intend to get a foothold here in Edinburgh. I don't know a whole lot about the place, but I know that there's obviously some nature spirits there. But if we're going to be doing these kind of things as a group, we should probably at least check out the area that we intend to take as ours and familiarize ourselves with it for the well, give it. She kind of looks around and she's like, "Oh, it's so hard to talk in here."
A little, but food's good as he continues to
You were
chomp down on pizza.
talking?
She just looks at Kirsten. Did she actually just say, you were talking?
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to make sure I heard that correctly. Yes.
She
the
eats a
elders
slice of
were
pizza.
talking.
She sits the phone down.
It's the place that we intended to make our stronghold, and that's where we intend to do our big battles. We should know. We should know the area. It will help us come the time.
Okay.
And I want to go check that place out. I was told it was fine to do.
Who told you that?
Lord Breckenridge.
Okay.
I made it a point to ask him directly if I could do so, if we could go up there if we did so quietly. He said it shouldn't be a problem. But I guess there's a bear spirit there. She kind of like glances around briefly and she's like, I don't know about you guys, but I've not seen many of those. In general.
Nodding along like he understands what you're saying.
He's just nodding. Okay.
Just nodding while he's eating his pizza. Doesn't know much about much.
Right. Well, let's.
She pulls a long piece of that cheese off and.
Let's eat this pizza.
It's so bad now.
Bear just starts stuffing her face, and she actually pulls her phone out and pulls out her phone, and she just starts looking at something really quick. And then she's like, you know what? She lays her phone down, and she's like, why don't we go for a walk in the park when we're done here?
Just begins eagerly shaking his head, yes.
Okay.
I like walks.
It's probably a safer place to have a conversation than in here. But the pizza's good. She grabs a slice. Well, she's like, well, I think it's good. I haven't eaten any yet. She starts stuffing her face. And she kind of like looks over. Do you guys need beverages?
Take a beer.
Beer, question mark?
Pitcher of beer it is. So she gets, she'll order a pitcher of beer and some glasses, and she'll pour everyone a glass. And she'll lift up her glass.
She'll do the
to us.
He'll grab the pitcher and just copy what Air's doing and just lifts it and just repeats to us.
Right? She smiles and she'll clink glasses with both of you and then drink her beer.
She'll do the same.
She's kind of watching. Is it? You say it's Sinan?
Senin?
Senan. Okay. She'll watch Senan as he drinks his beer just to see his reaction.
Oh, I sniff it and scrunch my face and don't like the smell.
You don't like hops. Or is it the carbonation?
Just
Does it tickle your nose?
Tickles the nose.
It's supposed to do that, I promise.
He just slowly nods and takes a very hesitant sip. You can see his face kind of scrunch in as he tastes it for the first time.
And she didn't order anything fancy. It was just a basic Pilsner, like basic beer. They make more kinds than this, you know, other flavors and stuff.
After
Not
the
all of
sip,
them
he
are
puts it down and just very subtly, slowly pushes it towards you.
Kirsten will take his glass for him. Just help you with that.
That's fair. That's fair. And she'll just
What don't you like about it?
Tastes funny.
You'll get used to it after like 3 of them. Or
You'll
5.
feel real good too. So yeah, Air's gonna sit there and stuff her face with pizza and beer.
Do the same.
Now the question
Then
is,
just finishes up the one slice that he had.
you can have more, you know.
You'll just pick the pepperoni off one of the slices. Just giving up entirely on crust.
Yeah. Kirsten will relieve him of any pizza he is not eating.
Right. He just wants the meat.
She'll pick the pepperonis off. She doesn't care. Give them to him.
Well, when they're pretty close to being done, we can take care. Well, she'll take care of the pizza business, and they can go for a walk in the park.
Ooh.
We're gonna go. Let's see. I think it's called Irwin Park. Yep. Oh no, it's not called Irwin Park because that's in Indiana, not in Edinburgh. Let's see. There we go. We'll go to the Prince Street Gardens. Nope. The Meadows. The Meadows is a park. We're going to the Meadows, and Air will try to sort it out on her GPS on the phone. And she looks really awkward trying to figure it out.
Just kind of looks over her shoulder at what she's looking at the phone. Doesn't understand a single thing he's looking at.
Oh, Air does not try to like hide the phone or anything. She's like, yeah, I've never used this before, but we're about to figure it out. It'll apparently tell us exactly where we need to go.
Do you know how to use that?
It can't be that hard, right?
She holds out her hand.
Well, it says location. She looks at it and types in the name of the park and hits the enter. Okay. And then she like hits the start for direct, all that jazz. Okay. I think we got this. I hope we got this. And starts following the GPS. This is so weird. People do this all the time.
Not as hard as you're making it seem.
I
I know
guess
you're not.
I'm not used to using it because
It's not a rock and chisel.
I never needed to use it before.
Well, your eyesight's probably going.
Oh, come on, I'm not that old.
She pulls a little small thing of WD-40 from her pocket, creaking.
She just stares at her and shakes her head. I am only 23. Come on now, I'm not that old.
She puts the back in her pocket.
Well, we'll say that we eventually make it to the park and find a nice bench area, quiet area. Sweet.
Is it broad daylight?
It could be. Yeah, why not?
Then I definitely do not become old.
No, no. They Air's gonna like, ooh, there's a patch of grass over there that looks nice, and just plop down in the grass.
She will sit next to her.
All right.
But, like 6 feet away.
But 6 feet away, right?
I'll sit on the other side.
All right. So, yes, we need to look at Arthur's seat after we get this pack formed. So we're better capable for our fight against the worm.
You say Arthur's seat, will old blood be an issue?
Old blood? She raises an eyebrow.
He's a wolf in that area?
Oh, I don't know who's I haven't been to Arthur's seat yet. Lord Breckenridge was the one I got permission from. So if this old blood is there, I guess he can contest our arrival with Lord Breckenridge. I don't know anything about this individual. I've never met them. Said I'm pretty new here yet, but I'm gonna
I've
assume
only
you know
heard of
more
him.
people.
I'm pretty sure he runs with a pack of kinfolk.
Interesting. No, I've been let's see. I've been to what's the name of the inn again? Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, I've been there. That place has been interesting. I haven't met many guru, but Lord Breckenridge has been a point of contact for me, and I guess Arthur's seat is it's the closest thing to holding that we've got, but it's gonna be a fight to keep it once we establish it into a sacred place, which is the goal. Now, how familiar are you? Have you guys ever been a part of building a sept
Shakes
from the
his head
ground
no.
up? No. It's not an easy process. And it usually attracts a lot of our enemies to the site in which we try to enact this. Given that Scotland seems to be the major seat for the worm and its minions, it's going to be a bigger fight than likely any building any sept out there. It's going to be one hell of a process. And we all need to be prepared.
start nodding along, but I do know what it means to destroy worm.
Good. Good. We all should.
So we're going to be the scouting party for this.
No, we're not doing scouting for anybody but ourselves as a pack. So we're prepared. And we know the lay of the land that we're fighting for. I want to get to know the spirits there as well. Because, well, if we're going to be a pack, you should know that there's going to be something very key to winning. I use that term relatively here because this is the stronghold of the worm, so it's not really winning. We're going to win, and she holds her fingers up in quotations, this battle. I've had visions that pretty much say that it sounds like a bear is key to it. I tried to tell that to Lord Breckenridge, and I'm pretty sure he thought I was crazy. Because he said, and I quote, "I haven't seen any bear or their kin here in ages, that it would be impossible to find them."
Fine.
Yet Odin blessed my friend and I with this vision.
Well, I
For
guess
one,
there's only one way to find out if there's a bear involved.
No, we will need to have one involved to win this war, battle, whatever you want to call it, from what I understand. And this is what I didn't tell Lord Breckenridge. This is the part I didn't tell Lord Breckenridge. The vision essentially said it was implying that there would be new leadership would have to happen in order as well for this to happen. Now, I know so that's probably not going to bode well to the Silver Fangs. But I think the bear and their kin are key to that. But then again, visions and prophecy is kind of a weird game. You might see one thing and it means something completely different.
Do you mean like a spirit bear?
There's a spirit bear at the seat, from what I've been told.
Is that what you meant?
I don't think that's what the vision meant, no. There was it's told a story as well about the Bear King. Which is interesting if you think about it. Bear King.
That's lost on Senan.
I have a feeling that things are going to get very, very interesting. And the guru may not like how it folds out, unfortunately. But what's more important, our feelings or defeating the worm?
Depends on who you ask.
That is fair. That's also a valid point. Um, so sorry, out of character. I'm pulling that thing up to tell you the story of the Bear King.
Okay.
This was the story she was told.
He just sits crisscross and listens expectingly, almost like a child. Like story time.
Yes. Where is it? No, where is it? There we go. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, that would be why. Okay. Come on. Okay, so the Bear King, he was kind of in this area, and there's a bunch of wars way back in the day, and the bear had his change, and then was led by a vision. He was led by a vision to understand his transformation, and he was all. His name was Arthur. Huh? Get it, Arthur's Seat. Um, he was pretty much the leader of his people, and when he decided to do a war campaign and wandering to, try to bring. I guess I shouldn't say a war campaign. It was actually a peace campaign. He tried to be peaceful, and if that didn't work, then well, he used swords. But he was essentially the high chief of the area, and focused on nature and focused on worshiping the mother, and any typical thing one of Gaia would do. But then, from what I understand, he awoke the jealousy of a guru, and there was a great battle that went on for 7 days and 7 nights, and the guru wound up victorious. But the Bear King disappeared. He wasn't killed in the battle, but he disappeared. So there's been kind of hints that, there's been suggestions that the vision he had for the peace and everything he grew away from it, and it crumbled, and it was broken apart by all these petty rivalries of all the lower chiefs. And then that's one theory of what happened to the Bear King. Now, the other theory is that there were dark magic and treachery involved. But the Bear King essentially came to an end there. And from what the vision told me was that the Fianna were largely the guru in question here that didn't want to quote unquote make peace. And now, well, that's not really our fault, but I say if we can get the upper hand on everything and sort it out, and hey, even maybe try to make allies with that bear spirit that's out there, we might have something going. The vision said that the bear would run with the wolf.
Might be worth a shot.
Perhaps the bear spirit. I'll have more on this tale or theories, and while I have my own, I am going to keep those for myself for now until I know for sure. There's no reason to spread misinformation.
You don't want to share?
Not if the information isn't correct.
She shrugs.
But see, I don't want to share too much, but she'll figure it out eventually. I have a feeling I know the individual in which the vision was about. Because I don't know about you. Like I said, I've not met many bears, but many bears or their kin. I've met one kin, and the only other bears I've encountered were spirits.
From what I was told, I don't think they like us much.
Well, I suppose that depends on the individual, too. She just kind of grins slightly. And she's like, I will leave it at this. I know where there's bearkin in this city.
Cocks an eyebrow.
And she kind of smiles and says, but he wasn't here when I got here.
He moved or something?
He came with me.
She just kind of has a look of understanding on her face and nods.
Just over my head.
She just kind of like looks at him. I'll put this in terms. I apologize. That will be easier.
She's
for you.
shacking up with one.
Well, that was definitely one way to put it.
Which also went over his head, but just nods.
Well,
Totally understand what shacking up means.
oh yeah, that's right. He wouldn't know what that means. And she just kind of like looks at him and she says, "He's my mate."
Just clicks. You can see visibly clicking in his head what's going on now.
And she just kind of, mm-hmm. I obviously have not mentioned this particular vision yet to him because, again, I have a feeling, but I don't know with certainty. So until I know with certainty, there's no point in bringing danger to kinfolk, is there?
Nods.
So, are they going to be okay with you stealing their kin?
I don't know if I'd say that it was stealing, given it's not like I was like, oh, I'm forcing you to be with me. No. But I see where your point is, and I've thought about that, and it's not. I mean, if they have a problem with it, so be it. They can take it up with me if there's any there, but it's not. If they think it's going to change his or my mind, they're wrong.
She just kind of shrugs.
So again, I'm pointing this stuff out to you because if it is true, again, it gives us again an upper hand, and at least too. I don't know about you, but I would like our pack to make a name for themselves.
Sounds good to me. So, investigate this seat.
Yeah.
Make contact with the Bear King?
No, that there's just a bear spirit there.
Hmm.
We don't know what happened to the Bear King. And then she sighs and she's like, damn it. Maybe I should tell him about this anyway. Morals.
Your mate. Your mate.
Damn it. Yes.
They say communication is important.
Yep. You're right. I guess I know what I'll be doing later tonight. Way to make me feel guilty, guys. She winks at them.
Points to Lupus. It's his fault.
Didn't say anything.
Exactly.
Aww. All right, so you were asking about Odin and the Allfather piercing.
Yes.
So what I was going to tell you about the difference there is that Odin is obviously the pack totem who I serve presently. The Allfather was a leech.
She raises an eyebrow.
So you can kind of see how the Allfather may have given Odin a bad name. Shut up, Loki. And yes, she says that. Shut up, not a word.
Just looks around.
Looks around as well, just confusing. Like, is there someone with us?
Yeah, Loki was the Allfather's partner and a guru of our tribe.
So we had Loki made it to a vampire?
So you hear all the traditional names and the sagas and all that, right? Well, and then we have our own versions.
Hmm.
There's Loki the spirit, And then there's Loki the guru. Well, he's not. He's a spirit now. But ancestor spirit. Rat bastard. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, they're the reason Odin has a bad name. And yes, I did tell Loki to shut up because he came here with me too.
Extra phone. How many beers did you have?
I'm not drunk. If that's what you're trying to imply.
She just looks back at her phone.
Think of it like this. Kirstine, you, as a crescent moon like I, should know that you know you can bind spirits into things, correct? You spirits can also be bound to flesh.
Was he bound to you?
I'm not. I'm. Yeah, he's bound to me.
She just looks at her.
I'm working on it. Don't worry.
She just continues looking at her.
I have friends that can deal with this stuff. Thorgrim knows. It's not like I'm hiding it from the elders.
You and Ethro, though? I mean...
Yeah.
So, shouldn't you be able to do it?
Shouldn't I be what?
To handle it yourself?
It's not always that simple.
She just
Sometimes it takes more than one person.
looks at her.
Well, for example, like when the Fianna had me help her quotations cleanse the Bane clave. Me doing it by myself wouldn't have been it did its job, but it would have been more sufficient with two of us actually performing the ritual. You can do things on your own, absolutely. But certain things are more of a risk than others.
We should get into why he's bound to you later.
Oh, that's easy. Before I left Amsterdam, one of the elders and I went to the former sept there that had, well, sort of sept. I can't really call it a sept. It was more of a fey freehold. But yeah, we kind of sort of blew it up. And his remains were there, so he kind of just clung to me when I blew him up. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
You
My buddy in Amsterdam was really into explosives. But yeah, I blew up his remains. So now he hangs out with me. He hates me too. Great, huh? So, anybody else got any deep, dark secrets they want to share, being as we're here and going to be a pack anyways? Anything anyone should know?
She looks at her phone and then seems thoughtful.
Just kind of
And other
shrug
than
and
that,
don't really know what secrets she has.
Enemies, possessions, maybe not necessarily enemies, but maybe a spirit or a ragabash she pissed off, or maybe you pissed off an elder. Who knows? No, none of that. Great. I'm the only one with issues. Got it.
can go
Out
over
of character, this is a new character.
I know.
can go over
Oh
things.
no, out of character. I know. In character, she's just like, okay, I'm the only one with problems.
Can tell you some stuff later. I should get going.
You need to
I'll
leave.
let you know if anything comes up.
There's some things I need to do.
Well, where can I obviously can get a hold of you. She points at the phone because we have phones. So how am I supposed to contact you?
If you can't find me, you could probably talk to my father. I'm always wandering around. My father is rebels in blood.
Oh, I will have to find them then, or She
I
kind
hope
of.
he hangs out with some bonars.
Oh boy, she smirks. Actually, I have an easier way. And she kind of reaches over to his head and plucks a single strand of hair.
He just kind of grasps his head and just hurts.
She just kind of holds up the single strand and she's like, I'll be able to find you. So, yeah, we should, I'll get things set up so we can summon Odin and we can get this done. I'll try to find a good location for this because obviously we can't just summon a spirit wherever.
Okay.
But I'll sort it out and we'll go from there.
She nods.
It was nice to meet you, little brother. She pats Snan on the back.
Still uncomfortable with the human form, or Homan. Just kind of shivers at the touch.
Okay, I have an idea. She looks at the lupus. And then she looks at Kirsten. Okay, so where are you going? Where do you have to run off to?
I have a meeting with a friend.
Meeting. She winks.
She just looks at her.
Over his head.
Go on. Go meet your friend. She smirks, and then she'll look at the lupus. You and I are gonna go for a run.
His ears kind of perk up.
Yeah, and she smirks. I figure this is a good way to end the scene where you and I go and go on we'll find somewhere safe to pop into the Umbra and shift a lupus and run. Sound good?
Just Shakes his head, yes.
All right. Okay. So we find a safe place and pop over to the Umbra. And there you see air shift down to Lupus into a grayish wolf. A gray fluff ball.
I would assume I look similar to you,
Yep. Yep.
just because I'm also Get and Pure Breed 4.
I think the pure breed get are gray.
Yeah, I'm
gray.
pretty sure they're a Grey Wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just very easily, just almost naturally, just become a wolf.
Oh yeah.
Just a snap, just easy as pie. Second
Right.
nature, you mean?
Air like kind of gives a loud bark, yip. I don't know what else.
Howl.
Just howl, not even a howl because it's not a howl. It's not a bark because wolves don't really bark. Yeah, it's more of a yip. It's a communication yip. Like, let's do this. And she starts
Maybe a
running.
snarl?
Huh?
I'm pretty sure wolves bark.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they bark.
Foxes bark.
They make noise. Yeah, they do. So yeah, they go off and run in Lupus for a while together.
Cool.
And well, yeah, that's where we can call it. Thank you, players, for playing, and potential watchers for watching. Have a good night.